Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's take you off. Hello, everybody. Hello. Merry Christmas to you. I'm having a technical nightmare for Christmas, so I hope everyone is well. Right, let's just get this done. 2023 has been an extraordinary year in Turf Island, but my most extraordinary happened all the way across the world, um, whilst my husband watched, completely powerless, as the potential for me to get crushed half to death was apparent. So I'm very glad to be here in December 2023 talking to you about the excitement of next year. But let's just talk about what happened this year. I was really proud to listen to voices all across the world, quite literally. Australian women came out, trans activists did us all proud. New Zealand. I also went to Austria this year, to Switzerland, to Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and I'm happy to say that I think we left quite a mark. Now, it might not have been me that left a mark. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was Jean from Aberdeen. Maybe it was the powerful speech that you all witnessed in Melbourne, which I hope, has not overshadowed anything. I just want to tell you what you have done. Each and every one of you watching, anyone that shared, liked, or subscribed, um, anybody who was the billboard, anybody who joined any of our campaigns, anybody who uttered the words, let women speak. And to the really courageous people who actually came out in person and spoke. And without you, there is no let women speak. Without you watching, without you talking, without you sharing, there is no space in which women genuinely feel, any woman genuinely can feel she can come and speak. And I'm extraordinarily proud of some of the women that perhaps most of you lot might not like very much, who feel that women's rights are not for them, who feel that a movement about women's rights would actively exclude them. And even within our movement, there have been many people who would like to actively exclude certain women with certain views, forgetting that the most powerful thing you can do is bring those women into the fold. If you want to change their minds on anything, make them feel that they are welcome and include them. Be genuinely inclusive. And then you have the power to change people's minds. Shaming women who may have been raised with different attitudes towards things that we all maybe think is just common sense. But we bring them in at Let Women Speak. In fact, we don't challenge women at Let Women Speak about their views that aren't about this specific topic. And so I'm really, really proud of that. And I think Northern Ireland is probably the most fine example of the power of Let Women Speak. Women that were divided in kind of life or death matters stood together side by side in a way that some more elevated and elitist women just cannot do. And so I hope every single woman that attended an event is extraordinarily proud of herself. And in particular, women that got up and spoke. And I'm sure you all have your favorites. I certainly do. But each one of those testimonies gathers together just such a broad range of voices. But one thing they all have in common is their experience of being a woman, of walking about this world in whatever culture they're from, whatever country they're from, whatever family they're from, but walking about this world as a female. And we have that common experience, whether it's women in New Zealand, whether it's women in Scotland, in Newcastle, in Cardiff, in Manchester, in Leeds, any of these women, it's a really common thing, and I think that's why Let Women Speak is such a threatening and powerful movement, because we are basically saying to every single woman, we want to hear your voice. You're allowed to speak up. You're allowed to center yourself. You're allowed to center women. We are enough. And I'm just so delighted. Sometimes I have to pinch myself at how lucky I am that from this absolute nightmare I have found such an incredible number of women, and I've talked about this before, but I guess it's wise to talk about it on the Christmas message, that seeing a woman who's attended an event, she has no intention, she doesn't want to speak, or she maybe does at the back of her mind, but she doesn't think she can. She doesn't think she's going to be brave enough. She doesn't think her words are worthy enough. And then you just get a few women talking, and then those women find their voice and they stand up and they give the most powerful speeches. Sometimes you can see their hands shaking, their voices are trembling, and they just say things that move an entire group of people because we somehow can empathize with their every word. And we look at that woman and we think about that woman as ourselves and how we would feel in her situation. Or we laugh along with some of the more funny, uh, just wonderful speeches. Um, but for me in Melbourne, the woman with the headphones who started off quite quiet, she sort of rushed through, said that she was skipping the first bit because we didn't have a lot of time and the trans activists, trans activists were closing in. And she just started, and then you just felt this fire, and all the women around just at the same time, we all just were inspired by her speech. And so I've been really lucky. Now in New Zealand, um, from the acorns planted by so many women in New Zealand who've been fighting so hard and had been totally dismissed. When I announced that I was going there, the trans activists did the beautiful thing that trans activists do, which make a big old fuss about nothing. Try and stop me from being able to enter the country. And they just did such a great job in raising this issue. And the incredible women, very brave women actually, who managed to get me out of that mob, who organized the event. They were just so happy that I was coming. I got so many messages. And then because the newspapers, because it went to the High Court to try and stop me getting in a country, and because of all the fuss and the lies been told in Australia by both ABC News, other media outlets, and very serious politicians, by the time I got to New Zealand, the frenzy was crazy. Um, I've never felt like a well-known or a famous person until I hit the tarmac in New Zealand, and it was crazy. Notes through my door, people recognizing wherever I went. And then obviously I had armed protection after the mob closed in. But what did that do? What did it do? What did that mob do? What did women trying to speak? With the power of let women speak, which is our power. It's not my power. It's ours. We built this. And what's happened? They've elected a different government. They've started talking about getting gender crap out of schools. They are no longer allowing funding to teams who include men in women's sports. We have made those changes. These are the changes that we have made. Um, in Switzerland, they're beginning to have an examination on the medical practices. In Australia, they're actually talking about this issue. Now, this is because we went. This is what Let Women Speak does. This is what happens when women speak, when we come together and we block out all the noise and all the reasons that maybe we should be divided, and we stand together, and we are going to carry that forward. So the foundation upon which Let Women Speak was born, which was freedom of speech, which was women are enough. Women's voices are enough. We're taking it to the next level. Over the next few months, in 2024, which is the year of the woman, it's our year. We are going to change the world. We are going to change elections. It's going to be on us. The way you vote in 2024 is going to make a difference. And that's why the Party of Women is going to ensure that you can vote for us. We are going to take seats in councils. We are going to raise consciousness of women's issues throughout councils. And I don't mean surface level issues, I mean fundamental, existential issues. And so we'll be taking seats on councils. We'll be running for police and crime commissioners and MPs, MSPs, and in the Welsh Assembly. There will not be an elected seat in this country that we won't have a woman standing to challenge. and we will change the conversations. This is our year. The groundwork's been done. The groundwork has been done. And once we have it in the United Kingdom, we'll be taking it to Ireland. We'll be taking it right across Europe, to the United States of America, to Canada, Australia, New Zealand. We are going to change politics. And I have every ounce of me totally believes that we are able to do this. We just need a return to normal people talking in politics, not political spin, not lies, like genuine principles that we want to uphold. The principle of truth, the principle of reality, the principle of male and female, the principle of dignity. We are going to start putting things back into private spaces. Kink, we're going to lock that back away into private spaces. We are going to encourage people to stand up for what they believe in. And I think that we can do it. I think it's going to be our year. So I will be coming to Canada next year. I will be coming to the United States of America next year. I will be coming to Germany next year, and Holland, or the Netherlands. I never quite know what the best thing is to say. But we're going to do this, and I'm really excited about it. So I want each and every one of you who's really helped. You may have helped a woman that you will never meet in New Zealand by participating on this, by being the billboard, by supporting the work that I'm doing. You enabled a genuine political change in a country for women that they might never meet you to say thank you. You might never see the change in their lives, but you contributed to it. And so now I want you to take that and I want you to think about what's next for you. Can you stand in an election? Can you stand as a local councillor? Can you join a committee? Can you be a governor at your child's school? Can you be an MP? Can you be a PCC? What is it that you can do next? Because it's going to take all of us and it's going to take a lot of hard work. But like I said, 2023 was incredible. 2024 is when we take the power back. So, to all of you, a very Merry Christmas and a happy 2024. Bye.